Best VR GPU 2023. Not just any old PC can handle a head-mounted display, and you might be looking for a new best graphics card for VR as an upgrade. Whether you're looking at Oculus, Vive, Index, or Windows mixed reality headsets, better hardware translates to a better VR experience. Number 1. MSI Ventus OC RTX 2070 Super. If you'd like to land slightly better performance than the AMD Radeon RX 5700 XT but also want to take advantage of NVIDIA RTX features like ray tracing and DLSS 2.0 when gaming on a standard monitor, the RTX 2070 Super should make a great choice. It does cost more, but it is a stellar graphics card for VR. You shouldn't have any issues powering modern VR headsets than their games and experiences. The MSI Ventus GPOC version of the RTX 2070 Super that we recommend includes 8GB of GDDR6 VRAM, 14GB PS memory bandwidth, a 256-bit memory bus, and a boost clock speed up to 1785 MHz. It is based on a 12nm process, but it's about as efficient as AMD 7nm cards. When not enjoying high-quality VR experiences, the RTX 2070 Super will easily handle QHD. Number 2. Sapphire Pulse RX 5700 XT. The Radeon RX 5700 XT is one of the best AMD GPU out there. It's based on a 7nm Navi architecture, bringing the performance you need for smooth VR at a reasonable price. That's especially important when you've invested or are looking to invest in the best VR headsets. This GPU will power any VR headset available now, with high frame rates for essentially any game or VR experience. It has 8GB of GDDR6 VRAM, 448GB/S memory bandwidth, a 256-bit memory bus, and a boost clock up to 1925 MHz. When you're not enjoying a high-quality VR experience, the RX 5700 XT will also be able to deliver smooth gaming at 1440p QHD and can even dabble in 4K. You won't get some of the same benefits of NVIDIA RTX cards like ray tracing and DLSS 2.0. Still, you will get to take advantage of FreeSync 2 variable refresh rate technology to reduce tearing on FreeSync compatible monitors. The Sapphire Pulse version that we recommend includes dual fans as well as 3 HDMI ports and 1 display port. Number 3. Sapphire Pulse RX 5600 XT. Getting into mid-range best graphics cards for VR, AMD RX 5600 XT is an excellent option that rivals NVIDIA's RTX 2060 Super in terms of raw performance. It doesn't include RTX benefits like ray tracing and DLSS 2.0, but it does come at a more affordable price. If you're not concerned with pushing the upper limits of modern VR headsets but still want a great experience, this card should be a great addition to your PC. The Sapphire Pulse version we recommend includes 6GB of GDDR6 VRAM, 336GB/S memory bandwidth, a 192-bit memory bus, and a boost clock speed up to 1750 MHz. When not enjoying VR, this GPU will be able to handle 1440p on a standard monitor, though it's better to cut out to deliver a top-tier 1080p experience. Number 4. MSI Gaming X GTX 1660 Super. Quality graphics cards for VR around $300 include NVIDIA's GTX 1660 Super. It's still based on the same Turing architecture as the modern RTX cards, though it doesn't offer dedicated ray tracing cores or DLSS 2.0 for standard gaming. In any case, it's still going to deliver a quality VR experience for most games and headsets, if at reduced quality or frame rates. The MSI Gaming X version we recommend includes 6GB of GDDR6 VRAM, 336GB/S memory bandwidth, a 192-bit memory bus, and a boost clock speed up to 1830 MHz. Those are rather impressive numbers for the price these cards cost, and they run at a rather efficient 125W. When not enjoying VR, the GTX 1660 Super will power smooth 1080p gaming on a monitor. NVIDIA G-Sync tech helps cut down on tearing and stuttering. Number 5. MSI Gaming X Trio RTX 3080. Before the RTX 30 series cards were unveiled, you were looking at spending far more than $1,000 to get your hands on RTX 2080 type performance. Now that the RTX 3080 is here and at a far more reasonable price, you can go for an overkill GPU and not drain your bank account. The only caveat is that the RTX 3080 is still new and is suffering from supply shortages. Once stock is back to normal, Have a look at the MSI Gaming X Trio RTX 3080. It brings 10 GB of GDDR6X VRAM, 19 GB PS memory speed, 320-bit memory bus, 8704 CUDA cores, and an 1815 MHz boost clock. Of course, you also get ray tracing and DLSS. Number 6. NVIDIA RTX 3080 Ti. For as powerful as the RTX 3080 Ti is, especially given its upgrade to 12 GB GDDR6X VRAM as opposed to the original model's 10 GB, that boost in power comes at a steep price of an additional $500 above the stock RTX 3080, pricing it comparatively closer to the RTX 3090's $1,499 MSRP, which has double the available memory. Price aside, however, there's little debate that the RTX 3080 Ti is a formidable GPU for high-end 4K gaming, as the benchmarks can indicate. We're essentially seeing a noticeable improvement on the stock RTX 3080, but that power difference comes into its own when looking at games such as Cyberpunk 2077, which, at the time of writing, cannot yet hit native 4K 60 on anything right now. Make no mistake, you're getting an incredibly capable and future-proof GPU that's going to be able to burn through the Number 7. AMD Radeon RX 6600 XT. The RX 6600 XT is built first and foremost with being one of the best graphics cards for PC gamers aiming for fast frame rates in 1080p. It's been geared in the marketing primarily towards the esports crowd, as the competitive games in the circuit may not be too visually demanding, but require super high FPS to compensate. The RX 6600 XT is a decent rival to NVIDIA's base RTX 3060 model. However, if you're thinking of picking this GPU up for 1440p performance, then you may need to cast a wider net in the field of AMD. While the RTX 3060 Ti generally does ray tracing in Full HD better, the benchmarks for the RX 6600 XT really do speak for themselves. AMD published the full list online, where the GPU managed well above 70 FPS in the likes of Far Cry 6, Hitman 3, Resident Evil Village, Deathloop, and more. If you wanted to max out the latest titles in Full HD, then this video card will serve you well.